was first drawn to public service about 20 years ago. I was working for the city at the time, and the city was in financial crisis, and there were a lot of challenges being faced in our neighborhoods. And being an employee, I thought I had some ideas that could help address some of the issues that they were facing. So I decided at that time to run for Pittsburgh City Council in 2005. I introduced 492 originally after having conversations with Natalie about some of the history of the rodeo in Pittsburgh. And I thought it made sense for me to be the sponsor of the bill given my background on Pittsburgh City Council. And I thought it was important to make sure that the will of that body was heard. The history, the issue that happened in the city a long time ago, and we can't forget about that. And so I thought it was important that I introduced the bill and took the lead on it, given my background and as a city resident. So it certainly made sense. Humane Action PA does a great job in rallying up the community to get behind issues. The emails, the phone calls, the visits that we have, and when we hear firsthand from our residents about why these laws are important to them, it certainly puts a name and a face on an issue, and it becomes much more personal when you have those conversations. So we certainly appreciate the work that the organization does, and we rely on a lot of their information to come to informed decisions. I'm very grateful to receive the award. Tremendous honor, and it's certainly really appreciated. I think probably the most important part of receiving the award is the validation that I'm listening to our community. We deal with a lot of issues, and a lot of times, you don't make people happy in this job for various reasons, various votes or whatever, but to get recognition, I think it's good to see that there's some validation to your work, and it inspires you to continue to work harder if people are recognizing that you're trying to do what's best for the community. The most important thing about leadership and animal protection, in my opinion, is listening. Again, we're not experts on everything, but we hear from people all the time. We hear how important animal protection laws are in our community, and it's incumbent that we listen to those residents and do what we can, because it's a quality of life issue in our neighborhood. So I think it's important for us to pay attention, to listen, and act on their behalf.